and endowed with certain unalienable rights. The Revolutionary War raged on for several years, marked by iconic events such as the crossing of the Delaware River by George Washington and the decisive victory at the Battle of Saratoga. International support, notably from France, played a crucial role in the American victory. The war finally came to an end in 1783 with the Treaty of Paris. This treaty recognized the United States as an independent nation and established its boundaries extending from the Atlantic Ocean to the Mississippi River. The American Revolution not only secured American independence but also ignited a spirit of liberty and democracy that would shape the nation's future. Chapter 4: The Early Republic, 1789–1840s. The years following the American Revolution witnessed the establishment of a new nation and the forging of its political and social institutions. This period, known as the Early Republic, was marked by significant developments that laid the foundation for the United States' growth and expansion. In 1787, the Constitutional Convention was convened in Philadelphia to draft the United States Constitution, which remains the oldest written national constitution still in use. This foundational document established a federal system of government with a division of powers between the federal government and individual states, creating a framework for democratic governance. George Washington, a revered Revolutionary War hero, was elected as the nation's first president in 1789, presiding over the early years of the Republic. His leadership helped establish the principles of a strong executive branch and a peaceful transfer of power. During this era, the United States expanded westward. The Louisiana Purchase in 1803 doubled the nation's territory, and explorers like Lewis and Clark set out to explore and map this new frontier. Westward expansion led to increased conflicts with Native American tribes and debates over slavery's expansion into new territories. The early 19th century also witnessed the rise of political parties, with the Federalists and the Democratic Republicans engaging in spirited debates over issues like the economy and the role of government. The War of 1812, fought against Britain, reinforced American nationalism and resulted in the composition of the national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. The 1820s and 1830s were marked by significant social movements, including the Second Great Awakening, which spurred religious revivalism, and the push for social reforms such as the abolition of slavery and women's suffrage. The early Republic period was a time of both optimism and challenges as the United States navigated its way as a young and evolving nation. The democratic ideals born from the American Revolution laid the groundwork for a dynamic and continually changing society, setting the stage for further growth and transformation in the decades to come. Chapter 5: The U.S. Constitution, A Foundation for Democracy, 1787. The adoption of the U.S. Constitution in 1787 stands as a pivotal moment in American history, as it laid the groundwork for the establishment of a stable and enduring democratic government that has guided the United States for over 2 centuries. The process of creating the Constitution began in earnest with the convening of the Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia in May 1787. The delegates who gathered at the convention included some of the nation's brightest minds, including George Washington, James Madison, Benjamin Franklin, and Alexander Hamilton. They were charged with the task of revising the existing Articles of Confederation, which had proven inadequate in providing a strong central government. Over the course of several months, the delegates engaged in spirited debates and negotiations, addressing key issues such as the structure of government, representation, and the balance of power between the federal and state governments. The result of their efforts was a remarkable document that has since become one of the world's most enduring models for democratic governance. The U.S. Constitution established a federal system of government, dividing power between a central authority and individual states. It created a system of checks and balances, with three separate branches of government: executive, legislative, and judicial, each with its own distinct powers and responsibilities. This system was designed to prevent the concentration of power and ensure that no single branch could become tyrannical. One of the Constitution's most enduring features is its flexibility. The framers recognized that society would evolve, and they provided a mechanism for amending the Constitution to adapt to changing circumstances. Since its adoption, the Constitution has been amended 27 times, reflecting the nation's evolving values and priorities. The first 10 amendments, known as the Bill of Rights, were added shortly after the Constitution's ratification to protect individual liberties. The U.S. Constitution has served as the supreme law of the land, providing a framework for resolving disputes, ensuring justice, and protecting the rights and freedoms of American citizens. It has guided the nation through times of war and peace, economic prosperity and challenges, and social and political transformations. The Constitution's enduring strength lies in its adaptability and its ability to provide a foundation for democracy while allowing for the growth and evolution of the United States as a nation. It continues to be a symbol of American values and ideals, a source of inspiration for democracy worldwide, and a living testament to the wisdom and foresight of its framers. Chapter 6: Civil War and Reconstruction, 1861 to 1877. The Civil War and the subsequent era of Reconstruction marked one of the most tumultuous and transformative periods in American history, profoundly shaping the nation's identity in addressing critical issues related to slavery, states' rights, and civil rights. The roots of the Civil War can be traced back to long-standing tensions between the northern and southern states, primarily over the institution of slavery. The South's economy and society were deeply dependent on enslaved labor, while the North increasingly embraced industrialization and opposed the expansion of slavery into newly acquired territories. This ideological and economic divide culminated in the secession of Southern states from the Union and the outbreak of war in 1861. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, assumed leadership during this turbulent period. His leadership was marked by a steadfast commitment to preserving the Union and ultimately abolishing slavery. The Emancipation Proclamation in 1863 declared the freedom of enslaved people in Confederate-held territory, setting the stage for a broader struggle for civil rights. The Civil War was a brutal conflict that witnessed some of the bloodiest battles in American history, such as Gettysburg and Antietam. It also saw the contributions of African American soldiers, whose service helped shift the course of the war and highlighted the injustice of slavery. After the Union's victory in 1865, the United States faced the daunting task of